John Kabak is here for My Take, and today I'm excited to share with you Brooklyn's brand new 1959 Alfa Romeo Guiletta Spider. Now, the Guiletta was a new model for Alfa back in 1954. Alfa had been around for a long time, but the war was over, things were changing, and it was time for a little bit of a new vibe, and boy did they hit a home run on this one. Came out with a whole family of cars. There was a 2+2 coupe, there was a four-door sedan and an estate, not many of the estates around, but there was a Spider, and then there was the Sprint and the Sprint Speciale. Now these were designed by Bertone, who seemed to have their hands in just about everything, but did a beautiful job on everything that they touched. And they were introduced at the 1954 Turin Motor Show. Spider came along in 1955 with bodywork by Farina, and the thing that set the Guiletta aside was it was just a new vibe for a small sports car. It had roll-up windows. That really wasn't common back then. It had a decent trunk. That was very rare then. It had a roomy and a comfortable interior. And it had a convertible top that was not only stowable, but it actually worked. It actually kept the elements out. It wasn't the leaky thing that people had gotten used to with sports cars. So they did a great job, and they did well with it. They came out with a mild refreshing in 1959. Did some tweaks to the bodywork, kind of bring it into the late 50s, little sharper edges, that sort of thing. They had a new interior and a new dash, and it was very effective. They did a nice job of improving that. But it came with that 1.3 liter twin cam engine that only made 79 horsepower. But boy, I'm going to tell you, it's just a beautiful engine, and it wound out to about 6,500 RPMs or so. Came with a 4-speed transmission, and the car wasn't all that fast, but Alfas have never really been about top speed. They've always been about driver engagement. And this car had it in spades. It only weighed 1,896 pounds, very light. So that 79 horsepower would give you a real thrill as you were driving it. They kept the weight down by making the transmission casing out of aluminum. The engine block was aluminum. The centerpiece of the rear axle was aluminum. That kept the weight down. So the cars were always really exciting to drive. If you've never driven an Alfa, it's quite an experience. You get engaged right away, and I like to say that rather than drive it, you kind of dance with it. And it really is kind of an emotional car. Brooklyn's giving us a model of it. Let's get it out of here and take a look at it. We'll get it on the turntable. And the first thing I notice, of course, is that in spectacular red paint, a great finish. It's deep, it's lustrous, it's even. Brooklyn just does a great job on the paint. The details on this are just excellent. I think Brooklyn has hit a new high with the details. That little strip that runs just above the rocker panel, very delicate, not photo etched but wire. The hinges at the rear of the hood, at the front of the trunk, very well picked out. Little jewels, the windshield surrounds, the door handles. My gosh, the lensing front and rear is just fabulous. The grille on the front is they've got that character, that look of the Alfa. They've captured it perfectly. And to the rear, the taillights are well picked out. The Alfa emblem, the little emblems on the license plate, very, very well done. Chrome is lustrous. The wheels, I've got to tell you, these wheels are just great. They've got the trim ring around the edge of the wheel. The wheel covers, the centerpieces are very well replicated, but the wheels themselves, you can see that the slots in the wheels have been individually picked out. It looks like a 1-1 wheel. They've even got the little Farina emblem on the front quarter panel down. It's almost microscopic, but they've done a great job with it. The dash is well picked out. It's got legible gauges on it. It's two-tone to keep the glare down. The steering wheel is an exact replica. Great texture on the seats and the flooring and even on the package shelf. This is a fantastic model. Let's go to the 5-star rating. So on fidelity, you know, the length of the 1.1 is 157 inches, width is 60.6 inches. I put the calipers on it, it's perfect. 5.0 on fidelity, they've got the look of the car, they've got the dimensions of the car, it's all perfect. Trim, lensing, and badging, 5.0. Brooklyn is really up their game in that area. The color and the paint and everything, 5.0. Beautiful, beautiful job. Interior detail, I'll go with 4.0. I don't want to knock it too much, but it's just not perfect, but it's far better than what we've seen in the past. Wheels and tires, 5.0. Value, and here's the killer, at $190. A white metal model of this grade with this type of detail is an excellent value in my opinion. 5.0. So that gives us an overall 5-star rating of 29 points, and that brings us up to 4.75 stars. So Brooklyn's 1959 Alfa Romeo Giulietta Spider comes up with a 4.75 5-star rating. Hey, thanks for spending time with me. I'll be back again sometime real soon.